Tributes continue to pour in for the late businessman and former Eskom board chair Jabu Mabuza. He died last night, aged 63, due to COVID-19 related complications. Mabuza was hospitalized about 2 weeks ago. Well, for more reaction and to pay tribute to Mabuza, we're joined by Cas Coovadia from Business Unity South Africa. Cas, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View. A sad day indeed, I guess, for BUSA. I mean, after all, Jabu Mabuza was there as well at the beginning, especially of the revamped organization.
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me. It's a sad day indeed. It's an extremely difficult day, not just for BUSA, but I believe for the country. Jabu, first and foremost, was a consummate gentleman, an amazing human being. And let me, before saying anything else, offer our sincere and heartfelt condolences to his family. We are with you in this very, very difficult time, and we will support you in any way you seek that support. I think Jabu was the sort of person who not only was a very, very successful businessman in his own right, was CEO of a JSE-listed company, but he also played a tremendous role in organized business, in business leadership South Africa, in BUSA. He was a founder member of FETCOS in those days, so a doyen of black business as well. And then he always put his hand up in the national interest. When he was asked to chair Eskom, he put his hand up. When he was asked to chair Telkom, he was willing to do so. He led and started the CEO initiative when Minister Gordhan asked for business to rally after Minister Gordhan was reappointed as Minister of Finance, and the country had felt the deep hole that we fell into when Minister Nene was fired. So Jabu has been at the forefront of all of this, and we will miss him tremendously. He's just his personality, the way he carried himself, his humanity, and his courage and professionalism, and his ability to just rise above the fray and put the nation first, and in our case, put business first. So it's a very, very sad day indeed. I found it very difficult to start my day this morning.
I would,
knowing
it's
normal.
Yeah, very, very, very tough. I mean, unexpected, and this virus claiming all lives of so many good people. And just before I went on air, Kes, my colleague Thulasizwe Simelane shared with me an article which was written for the Financial Mail in January last year by the then Financial Mail journalist Skonanti Manjanja, who's today the national spokesperson of Eskom, where he emphasized the integrity of Jabu Mabuza as he resigned from Eskom, looking back at what was happening then, and just thinking back of his humble beginnings as a taxi driver and how he behaved with integrity, as you said, all the time, raising his hand up each time there was a need to play a role at the national level, and doing it with all commitment.
Absolutely. I mean, if you trace where he started, from taxi driver to CEO of a listed company, and the role he played consistently, the integrity, the honesty, the professionalism, just absolutely what the epitome of what any business person and any patriotic South African should be. And that's what we're going to miss. I think we will feel Jabu going as we continue doing the work we are doing, because he won't be there anymore for us to pick up the phone and get his guidance, to tap on his wisdom, to ask him to intervene when we needed somebody like him to intervene. And I think we're going to feel that very, very severely as we continue working our way even through delivering the vaccines we need to deliver, administer the vaccines we need to deliver, working our way through to rebuilding the economy that has been devastated, not just by COVID, but was in recession pre-COVID. And Jabu would have been a wise repository of guidance through all of that. And you know, it's sometimes instinctive for me to pick up the phone and ask it advice. And I think I'll still do that probably instinctively, and then it will hit home that he's no longer at the other end of that phone.
Yeah, I mean, he built his leadership skill and his business acumen in the streets of South Africa, in the taxi industry, and ended up with the likes of Tsogo-san, you know, when I interacted with him many years ago. And as you said, as we know, as well as chairman of Eskom. Very briefly, Cas, I know you'll be, we ask this question time and time and again, and you've sort of touched on it now when you were answering the second question. How should we honor men of his caliber, especially in the world of business?
Well, I think in my view, the best way we can honor him in business is to ensure, one, that we make sure that organized business is organized and does lead business not just in the creation of an environment for profitable, sustainable business, but organized business leads business in its role, in its corporate responsibility role, and the role it needs to play in building our country, in building our economy with other social partners. And to do that in an ethical way, in an honest way, in an above board way, and in a humble way. That was Jabu, but with all the humility, also in a way that was courageous to talk truth to power honestly, but also to ensure that business is a critical element of society, is a critical element of building this country based on a strong economy.
Thank you very much, Cas Coovadia, for your words there as you pay tribute to